Hi class, I'm recording this tutorial to walk you through how you can run the Python code snippets that are available on Canvas and how you can use it in order to, do your homeworks, assignments, or recreate any type of visualizations and analysis that are provided in the slides. So let's consider this specific example. If you remember, we have this vending machine. It is selling different type of drinks, and we started by showing it the raw style of the data, which was basically the name of any drink that was sold on this machine. And then we said that this is not very informative. It would be great if we can just summarize the raw data in form of a table where we can see how many of each soft drink we have sold. And then we talk about the alternative ways that we want to visualize this data, summarize this data, and also the different ways that we can visualize this data in order to convey our information in a more effective way. So let's go ahead and take a look.
In this tutorial, I will walk you through how to load the list of sold soft drinks on Python, Jupyter, install and load necessary libraries, and develop different plots. You can start by opening Anaconda Navigator if you have it installed in your system. You can also open Jupyter directly, or any other IDE you are comfortable working with. If you don't have anything installed on your PC or laptop, don't worry. You can go to Wayne State's virtual labs located at this address and open Anaconda through HTML, web browser, or launch a native client option. Please note that I have linked tutorials on how to install Python on Windows and Mac on our main page on Canvas. Also, the link to Wayne State's virtual labs is available there. Once you click on Virtual Labs link on Canvas, you will be directed to Virtual Labs. There, you have the option to access the virtual labs through a web browser, the HTML option, or install a virtual client. I am happy with the online access via HTML. Once selected, you need to provide your Wayne State's Access ID user and passport. Once logged in, choose the engineering lab. It may take up to a couple of minutes to set up your virtual desktop the first time you log in. Once set up, you can open Anaconda Navigator and a Jupyter Notebook to follow this tutorial. Please note that Anaconda is a very heavy program, so please be patient while it loads. Please also note that there is a difference between Anaconda Navigator, which we are currently loading, and the Anaconda prompt window, which we can use for installation of libraries. We will be talking more about installation of libraries in the following slides. Once Anaconda Navigator is loaded, you can see that there are many options available for you to code in. Please be advised that the code snippets I am providing are most compatible with Jupyter Notebook, and that is why I highly recommend you use Jupyter Notebook. If you prefer to use any other medium, you need to be able to change the syntax of your code. If using Anaconda Navigator, just to launch Jupyter Notebook. Once your Jupyter Notebook is launched, click on New and choose Python 3. Your Jupyter Notebook will look different based on the files, engines, and data you have on your system. Nonetheless, you should have a Python 3 option if you have installed Python correctly. Once you click on Python 3, an empty notebook should be opened for you in a new tab. Before starting any coding, you need to install a few libraries. A library is a collection of code that makes everyday tasks more efficient. Using Matplotlib, for example, you can generate visualizations with just one line of code. The libraries that we install for this example are Pandas and Matplotlib. Pandas is a Python library used for working with datasets. It has functions for analyzing, cleaning, exploring, and manipulating data. The name Pandas has a reference to both panel data and Python data analysis. Matplotlib is a Python data visualization library. Matplotlib has a less steep learning curve compared to Seaborn. How to install a library. Once a library is installed, you can import it, as seen in line 6. We usually assign an abbreviation to the library while importing to make our coding easier. A few important notes. Python is case sensitive. For example, pandas and pandas are not the same. The provided line numbers show you the sequence in which the code is run. You need to install a library only once, but you need to load it to your system's memory every time you open your Jupyter Notebook. We use command install to install a library and command import to load a library. Some libraries such as Math, Random, OS, Sys, and Datetime are installed by default and you don't need to install them, just import them whenever you want. There are two main ways to read data from an Excel file. Here, we are reading a CSV file. Please take note that in these codes, we are reading data from softdrink.csv file, store it in a variable, and then print that variable. 1. Placing the Excel file in the main directory. If you know where your main directory is, then you can place your Excel file in the same folder and directly call read_csv function from Pandas by typing the following. If you don't know your main directory, just call the getcwd function from OS library to find your main directory. For example, I need to place my softdrink.csv Excel file in my folder Sarah, which is in folder users in my drive C. 2. Placing the Excel file anywhere you want and providing the path to the location of the file. For this example, I placed the file on my desktop. Please note that I passed the exact location of the Excel file along with the name of the file to the read_csv function. How to visualize the data, bar plot. We already have installed and imported all the necessary libraries, Pandas, and Matplotlib. 1. We can start by summarizing our sales. Let's count how many we have sold for each drink. Here, we use value_count function for counting. 2. Let's use to_frame function to make it look fancier. 3. Now, to make a bar graph, we can use the bar function of the Matplotlib library that we previously imported, line 4, as PLT. At a minimum, we are passing the X and Y values of the plot. But we can control anything about this plot from the color theme to font size. Here you can see how you can add a title and change the font size and font color of the title. How to create axis names and change the color and size of their fonts. How to rotate your bar names. There are many fancier libraries out there for visualization such as Seaborn, Plot9, ggplot, Bokeh, Pygel, Plotly, Geoplotlib, Gleam, Missingno, Leather, Altair, Folium. I highly recommend you try them out. To make a pie chart, we can use the pie function of the Matplotlib library that we previously imported, line 4, as PLT. At a minimum, we are passing the X and Y values of the plot. But you can add a title to your plot as well. Here is the main code you need to use for developing these table and plots. Please remember two main points. The line numbering depends on the sequence at which the code blocks are run, not where the code block is located. For example, here we have sequence of 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6. If you add a hashtag, the kernel will skip that line and line segment beginning with the hashtag. It means you have commented out the line. Usually we do this to make understanding of the code easier. Comments are usually a different color, green here. Please remember, the data and code are available on Canvas for anything we discuss in class. Please spend some time with provided code snippets, as you will need to use them and revise them to some degree for your assignments. Thank you.